Welcome to the World War I student orientation video. The leader lists the leaders of each country. Leaders are the presidents who make the decisions. Foreign ministers negotiate with other countries and advise the president. The intelligence report shows the following information: Army size, estimated reserve army. These numbers are estimates based on intelligence gathered and are not exact. Navy size. Alliance certificates are used to form alliances that do not already exist. When an alliance is formed, you are supposed to honor your alliance. If you create a defensive alliance, you're only supposed to act if that country is attacked directly. Nobody can force you to honor your alliance. There are two kinds of alliances: secret and public. If, in the example here, France and Great Britain have a secret alliance, that means that you don't turn that into the head table. When you turn an alliance into the head table, you expect it to be read to the rest of the class. That's a public alliance. Declaration of war. These slips must be signed by the leader of the country declaring war on another country. If there is more than one country attacking another country, then you have to hand in your slips at the same time. This is called a multinational force. All slips are handed in at once. You turn your slips into the head table. Once you declare war on someone, you cannot add forces after you have declared war. Only the defending country is allowed to bring in reinforcements that are adjacent to the country or the zone that is being attacked. Top secret documents are located inside your binders. They will show you the size of your Army and Navy. They will show who you are allied with. They will also give you a schedule of mobilization. They show a summary of your country and situation. And finally, they will also tell you what your objectives are during the simulation. The World Situation Summary tells you what the situation was in 1914, which is when our simulation starts. It also shows what the alliance system is in 1914. So all military alliances are displayed, such as Germany and Austria-Hungary, Germany and the Ottoman Empire, France and Great Britain, Portugal and Great Britain, Russia and France, and Serbia and Russia. There are several non-involved countries. These would be the countries that are colored gray. Norway, Sweden, Denmark, Switzerland, Spain, and Albania cannot be invaded or taken over or used in any way. Now we are ready to start the simulation. Each day is a year. The first day, which is 1913, is the orientation day. That is when we will explain how the simulation works. Days 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 represent the years 1914 to 1918. The order of turns. The order of turns will start with the Central Powers, then the Allies, then the neutrals. We will follow this every day. So wherever we leave off, for example, if the Allies finished their war but did not have movement, then we will start with Allied movement. So it goes war, then movement of forces you did not use during war, and then it goes to the next side, which would be Allies, and then the neutrals go. And we just repeat this and do as many as we can in one day. If we want to speed up the rounds, then each side will be allowed to activate the 10-minute timer. Once the 10-minute timer has been activated, that means they have 10 minutes to finish whatever they're doing, and once that timer goes off, they're done no matter what. On the war map, we can see that different powers are colored different colors. Neutral powers are yellow. Allied powers are orange. The central powers are green, and of course, the gray are the non-involved countries. Troop movement is one zone per turn, so when you're attacking, you can move one zone to attack someone else, and when you're moving troops, you can also move one zone per turn. Naval movement is the same. It's one zone per turn. So you can move from the North Sea into the Baltic. That's one move. Land zones are one zone per turn. You can see different zones, like France has 3 different zones in it, not just one country. Some countries like Romania only have one zone. Russia has 4 different zones. So those are all divided and marked accordingly. Sea zones the same way. Sea zones are one zone per turn, and that helps us to know as far as moving naval vessels as well as moving troops. You can move one zone per turn. You pick up troops, let's say in Great Britain, and you drop troops off in F1 of France. That's one movement. It doesn't cost anything to pick up troops or drop them off. Here's an example turn. In this example, we're going to use the Central Powers, which of course goes first in the World War I simulation. And we're going to say that Germany wants to attack R3 of Russia. So we're going to drag, and let's say they want to take 200 troops in there. So we move 200 troops into Russia, and we'll say that Austria-Hungary is also going to attack at the same time. So now we've got 23 Austro-Hungarians and 200 German troops in R3. So Russia has a chance to try to reinforce from any territory that they have that is adjacent to R3. So they've got 325. So let's say they're going to move in 100 of those. So now that'll stack and keeps the board clean. And we've got 200 German, 23 Austro-Hungarians, and 425 German troops. So now the battle's ready to begin. Russia is the defenders. So we start the battle, and the Central Powers are victorious. As you can see now, the territory turns green to represent its Central Powers territory. Germany may now, let's say, attack France in F1. So we're going to move 233 troops over there. And France can reinforce. We'll say they're going to bring in another 100. And so now they've got 382, and we're going to commence the battle. France is the defender. And the Central Powers were victorious. Now, if we had any naval battles to conduct, we could do those. Germany would be able to move their navy into the North Sea to attack the British. Commence that battle, and the Central Powers were victorious. Now, you might think you'd be able to move troops from Germany into Great Britain and take them over, but we just used those to attack the British Navy, so we cannot use those troops to attack Great Britain. And even if we could, we couldn't get enough troops there to take it. So we'll say that the Central Powers say that they're done. And so now we can do what's called non-combat movement. Germany may want to reinforce, so now they can move anything they didn't use. So they didn't use these 33, so if they want to move those to R3, they can. And if they want to reinforce G3, they can move 100 troops over there. They don't have anything that they can move right now towards G2, so they have to. They have to wait to the next turn. So Germany is now done. and their turn is over, and now the Allies will be making their move, and they will be able to do the same thing. So the rules are you cannot move the same army twice in one turn. You can move troops to attack, and then you can move troops that were not used somewhere else, but you cannot use the same army twice. And so now it would be the turn for the Allies. And you can do the same with Navy and with Army. You have to be able to move troops only one zone per turn, whether it's on the sea or it's on land. It's one zone per turn. The use of poison gas. Some countries will develop poison gas to use in battles at certain points in the game, certain years. Poison gas is very unreliable and volatile. Poison gas can destroy between 1% and 5% of forces before the battle even begins. You will need to notify the head table if you are using poison gas. The less industrialized a country is, the more effective poison gas will be. With submarine warfare, you can see that there are submarines located in the Baltic Sea Zone, the North Sea Zone, and the Atlantic Ocean Zone. Wherever these submarines are at the end of a year, they will exact their toll on the navies that they are in front of. So, submarines can also be moved into the same zone. As we move these submarines into the North Sea Zone, we can see now that if, for example, these three submarine groups were going to take out 5%, then they would actually be taking out 15% because there are three submarines in that zone. And so when the year ends and we change from a year, let's say 1914 to 1915, they will take out 3 times as much of the percentage, which in this case it was 5%, it'd be 15% of those navies. So it's always a cat and mouse game, putting your navy where you need it to be, but yet trying to avoid heavy losses from the German submarines. You should work on your World War I simulation report throughout the simulation. Whenever you have downtime, it'd be a good idea to work on the questions. The report will be due at the end of the simulation. The last section is on your objectives. You want to make sure that at the beginning that you type in all your objectives so that you have those ready so you can be filling those in as you complete them. We also have a simulations rule book in the back. All the rules have kind of been gone over in this video, but it's a great place to reference in your notebook if there's anything you don't understand. The journal. Every day you have to do a journal for each country that you have. Items include your thoughts, the plans you're making, and significant events. Thoughts, plans, and strategy are the most important. Technical play-by-play, we moved these amount of troops into this zone and these were killed. We don't want to hear that kind of stuff. This is a kind of a story like that we want you to create of exactly what happened in the simulation. So you're going to name it Germany, second period, 1914, which is the first year. The war on the Western Front has come to a standstill. One of the options I am contemplating is a knockout blow in the east. Russia seems to have a very large army, but they are able to supply such an army with very little industrialization. My intelligence reports suggest that they may be powerful at first, but then decline rapidly because they cannot replenish their supplies like the powerful German war economy can. I am calling a meeting of the Central Powers at the beginning of class to build support for striking east. Let's see who stands with us. That's the kind of thing we want to see in your journal. Helpful advice. Attention to details was one of the many things George S. Patton admired about General Pershing. You need to have a plan every day, and you need to be ready to change it because you've got a dynamic classroom full of students trying to accomplish objectives that you may have as well. Try to anticipate your opponent's reactions and what is their self-interest. You can research just about anything about the countries that are involved in this and have a greater understanding of what they may be trying to do. That could help you as you try to understand what the self-interest is of not only your opponents but also your allies. This will get emotional. Be prepared. Friendships are ruined in the World War I simulation. But it's a couple years from now, I'm sure you all get back together and talk about this at your class reunion, so it won't be that bad. So good luck.